People ask me all the time, what did you discover? What did you learn that you didn't know? What surprised you the most? I had no idea how bad the electricity industry harms the environment beyond greenhouse gases. We hear about that all the time, and it's important and urgent, but just the pollution. This is the largest industrial spill in the history of the United States, 40 times larger than the Exxon Valdez. No one talked about it. In North Carolina and Georgia, we have these coal ash ponds. There's over 2 billion tons of coal ash stored around the United States. There's no money set aside to pay for it. It's not toxic like radioactive stuff, but it's really nasty and you do not want to be near it. That's one thing I learned. The second thing is I had no idea how fragile the grid was. But it's played out in 2021. We've seen it in Texas and Louisiana and California. There's a section in my book about just how fragile it is and how bad it is if we have a sort of a cascade meltdown of the grid, which is entirely possible. I'd heard the statistics. 770 million people have no electricity at all. Another billion and a half have very infrequently available or unaffordable electricity. And if you go back and look at the history, which didn't make it in my book, but one of the things that put the United States so far ahead of so many other nations is we electrified our entire country first. FDR decided this was a big thing, and they funded the rural electrification of the United States. And as a result, it created economic development that set the United States forward from the 40s on. And the folks in Africa and parts of India and Latin America, even parts of China, although not so much anymore. There's also, just of interest, there's 60,000 Native Americans living on reservations that have no electricity on the continental United States. This is so easy to fix, and no one's fixing it. We're going to fix it. But the reason I wrote this book, I didn't start out as an environmentalist, I turned into one. I didn't start out to help people less advantaged than me to eat and live better, but I am now. But I started this whole process because this is the biggest friggin' business opportunity in the history of humanity.